the Shanghai Fintech Industry Alliance for inviting me to speak at this forum and letting me deliver my remarks. I'm very happy that Shanghai Fintech Industry Alliance has pulled together this event, and we are able to share ideas and knowledge coming out of the Shanghai with the global community through a strategic partnership with the Singapore FinTech Festival. I would also like to thank the Shanghai Financial Regulatory Bureau for your strong support in this initiative. The global pandemic has forced us to reinvent the way we delivered the Singapore FinTech Festival this year. The Singapore FinTech Festival has always sought to bring the global FinTech community together to celebrate achievements in FinTech and serve as a platform for participants to connect with one another and share knowledge and ideas to amplify their message around the world. This year, we decided on a hybrid format that combines an online event platform with digital-only physical satellite events around the world, all connected through a common platform, and that's how global FinTech community can come together despite the pandemic. I'm glad the Shanghai Fintech Industry Alliance shares our vision and have put together an exciting agenda for this event. Today, I want to share Singapore's experience with FinTech. When I joined MAS as the Chief FinTech Officer in 2015, FinTech was at a very early stage. We were about 50 FinTechs in Singapore. And today, we are at a very different place. We have more than 1,000 FinTech firms in Singapore. Last year, the industry attracted $1.2 billion worth of investment, and this year we are already going to exceed that 1.2 billion mark despite the ongoing pandemic. I'd like to credit this to 5 different effects: the innovation effect, the regulation effect, network effect, platform effect, and the ecosystem effect. First, innovation effect. We have been encouraging our financial institutions and FinTech to establish innovation labs, innovation R&D centers through our Financial Sector Technology and Innovation Grant Scheme. We started this scheme in 2015. We had no R&D labs in Singapore focused on FinTech. Today, I can say we have more than 40 such labs in Singapore. We decided to enhance this scheme this year. We are committing another 250 million Singapore dollar to support FinTech innovation over the next 3 years. Second, the regulation effect. As a regulator, we always have to respond to innovation in a meaningful way. At the end of the day, the financial center must be safe and secure. We want consumers to be adequately protected, and we don't want bad elements such as money laundering in our system. We want to develop a flexible approach to regulation, one that supports innovation while addressing the risk to the financial center. So we devised the regulatory sandbox to allow FIs and FinTech players to experiment with new products and services in a contained way, while allowing us to study the risk of these new products and services and balance our regulation with innovation. Third, network effect. This is about bringing together like-minded individuals with different expertise to solve problems. One example is Project Ubin. Here we brought more than 100 collaborators from universities, industry, public sector to explore the use of blockchain for the clearing and settlement of payments and securities. We also did exactly the same with the Project Veritas. We brought more than 25 global partners to develop tools to help firms to develop AI solutions and use them responsibly, and we are now going through this whole multi-stage experiment of FEAT principle, which checks the use of AI for fairness, ethics, accountability, and transparency. This is important because the synergies between partnership offer as different organizations contribute different ideas and perspectives. It also ensures the outcomes are more pervasive and applicable to a wide range of areas and to different countries. Another aspect of network effect is to connect systems. MAS has been looking to collaborate with different countries in the areas of payment and data connectivity. As an example, we are working with Bank of Thailand to explore how we can link the PayNow system in Singapore with PromptPay in Thailand. Last year, we connected to Indian payment system RuPay, and we are looking also to connect our domestic bank transfer systems to India's bank transfer system, hopefully in 2021. Fourth, the platform effect. The use of platforms to conduct businesses are becoming increasingly prevalent as they enable a large number of stakeholders to discover, connect, and interact with one another. In Singapore, we worked with our partners in AFIN, Asian Financial Innovation Network, to build an API exchange. This is the world's first cross-border and open architecture API platform where FIs and FinTech can discover one another, collaborate, and test their solutions. Another example is Business Sans Border, or Proxtera. This is a meta hub for connecting platforms so that SMEs, small, medium enterprise, in different countries can access large ecosystem of buyers, sellers, logistics service providers, financing and digital solution providers from other parts of the world. Finally, ecosystem effect. This is about having the right players and structures to support sustainable innovation. We created the Singapore FinTech Association, which has become a very critical part of our ecosystem. They engage the FinTech ecosystem in Singapore. They have grown tremendously in a short span of 3 years. It has now over 800 members, and they're growing still. We also launched something called Deal Fridays, which brings together potential investors and promising startups and give them an opportunity to interact, understand each other, and hopefully find a match. The Singapore FinTech Festival is a part of this ecosystem. It is a platform for the global community to interact and share knowledge and ideas to help further the development of FinTech. Our global partners are also an important part of our ecosystem. It is important for us to work with like-minded partners to exchange information and explore collaboration initiatives to support the growth of FinTech in each other's market. Shanghai has been a key partner for Singapore, especially in FinTech, which is an important part of the financial cooperation relationship under the Singapore-Shanghai Comprehensive Collaboration Council. In recent years, there has been many positive interaction between our two FinTech ecosystem on different levels. First, our academic institutions. We are working very closely together on talent development. Earlier this year, the Global FinTech Institute, the Singapore University of Social Sciences, and the Shanghai Institute of International Finance Center have signed an MOU to expand the pipeline of FinTech talents in Singapore and China. Second, our FinTech firms and financial institutions are deepening their presence in our respective markets. Shanghai FinTech unicorns such as Lufax, Zonghang Insurance have set up their regional bases in Singapore to serve the Southeast Asian market better. Shanghai Pudong Development Bank has also chosen to set up its FinTech Innovation Center in Singapore. At the same time, the Singapore firms are also actively partnering their Shanghai counterparts on various joint FinTech initiatives. For example, in 2018, UnionPay signed an MOU with Singapore-based payment provider Nets to support cross-border connection of their mobile wallets. More recently, DBS and UOB became one of the few foreign banks that participated in the pilot of Shanghai Commercial Paper Exchange cross-border RMB trade financing trading platform to improve business access to trade financing services via greater digitalization of cumbersome paper-based processes. Our industry associations are also forging closer ties. Shanghai Fintech Industry Alliance and the Singapore FinTech Association will be signing an MOU during this event to deepen FinTech collaboration between our respective markets. Looking ahead, there is much more we can accomplish together to facilitate the development of FinTech between our cities. The People's Bank of China and MAS signed a FinTech cooperation agreement in 2018. This agreement signals a commitment and sets the foundation for us to work closely together in the area of FinTech. One initiative that could be useful to both cities is a bilateral regulatory sandbox. A regulatory sandbox allows financial regulators to regulate new innovation in a risk-proportionate way to support innovation and manage the risk to the financial system at the same time. MAS had its own regulatory sandbox. China also launched its regulatory sandbox in Beijing in 2019 and has expanded this to 6 more cities, including Shanghai. There's room to explore more. How can we leverage on sandboxes to enable FinTech firms in both countries to internationalize and support cross-border collaboration in FinTech while protecting the integrity of our financial systems? This is just the tip of the iceberg. There is much more than Shanghai and Singapore can do together, from adopting fintech to make financial services, to make financial services more convenient and inclusive, and it helps to leverage to a greater opportunity to create a greener and more sustainable future for all. Today's event is a good example for where both two cities can work together closely. I'm sure there will be many more positive interactions between us in future. Once again, thank you to the to the Shanghai Fintech Industry Alliance for working together with the Singapore FinTech Festival on this event, and to the Shanghai Financial Regulatory Bureau for your support. Please enjoy the rest of the activities. Thank you and stay safe.